Good day, everybody. Rob here at WesternPacificWeather.com. It is currently the 11th of January 2011, and out there today, at least up here in the northern hemisphere of the Western Pacific, a fairly calm day out there. Siberian high is the dominating force in play, as per my last several updates. Really, that's what's been going on. Actually, per these cloud lines here, you can kind of see that northeasterly or northwesterly wind throughout this entire region, and that's basically that clockwise rotation around the high pressure right through here. Surface winds throughout this region. I know upper level winds kind of look like they're going from west to east per this satellite loop here, but actual surface winds going through Luzon Strait are coming up here from the northeast through this region. Gale warning basically in place right now along the east coast of Luzon here and over the central Philippines here, seeing a lot of precipitation still basically due to the stationary front as that cooler air works its way south, interacting with the warm equatorial air farther down to the south here, putting up that stationary front over the central Philippines right now. Basically, it extends from the northern portions of Mindanao up towards basically the Manila metropolitan area, seeing some intermittent lightning storms the last several days and still expected out over the next 48 hours here. Even out through the South China Sea into Vietnam, still seeing a lot of precipitation down here in the southern part of Vietnam here. But mainly big story is a strong northerly winds, and this does look like it's going to continue to persist. Actually, looking at some of the models out to the 16th and the 17th, for example, here the morning of the 16th per GFS here, I got an area of low pressure. It's actually going to develop down here near the Philippines off that stationary front. And I'm drifting up toward northeast, basically building seas and increasing some winds throughout this entire region here. And the reason why I'm noting this is you got this tight gradient rate in here. Now, this is going to bring some strong winds to the Ryukyu Islands, even down far south of the Philippines, and still going to be seeing that cold air interacting with the warm air out through basically this coming weekend. So still going to be seeing that rain showers down there for the next several days as this northeast monsoon continues to remain in effect for that area here. But basically, that's the big thing to note. Siberian high does continue to dominate, but definitely going to be seeing that cold surge coming in this weekend. And I think the surface analysis here does tell the whole story, what's going on right now with that high coming in basically over here, much of China, and that cooler air rushing towards the south. Another thing I want to do note, though, is actually kind of an interesting factoid here. Coming across the Sea of Japan, we do have that northwesterly wind, cooler air running over this region and basically making landfall here over Japan along the western coast of Honshu. And per radar, you actually can see some lake effect snow showers shown right in here over the southern parts of Honshu, and also all the way up here towards Sapporo and Hokkaido up in this region, seeing that lake effect type snow showers here. So, well, ocean effect actually you call it here. But now one reason why I like the scope of what I cover here, though, is I'm going to actually get done talking about snow showers here and go to the exact opposite. A tropical storm starting to develop in the southern hemisphere near New Caledonia, and that is Invest 93P here, located approximately 100 nautical miles southeast of Port Vila. Actually, that's where the center of circulation here, about 300 nautical miles north of, that's southeast of Port Vila, about 300 nautical miles north of New Caledonia. And right now, it actually does look like it has a really good circulation, lots of convection near the northern periphery. Shear remains relatively low at this time. We'll look at that chart here in a second. And also, sea surface temperatures throughout this region definitely above 90 degrees right now, and plenty of latent heat rate in that region. So, out of any southern hemisphere tropical right now, this one does look like the most promising at developing. Not really good news here for New Caledonia and Noumea, the most populated city here along the southeastern portion here. As this system starts to travel towards the south, could run over this island here, and actually some of the models are picking up on it deepening rather rapidly, and it does look like that is very possible at this time. Very, very organized with its clockwise circulation. Actually, if you look at the near the bottom part of this ASCAP right here, you can see a few of these wind barbs above 30 knots, even up into the 40 knot range, and that's why JTWC warranted issuing a TCFA, which is shown right here, which is issued actually by JTWC out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Issues these basically just towards the east of Port Vila, right in here, moving towards the south towards New Caledonia. And as already noted, though, this is basically where that whole area of possible formation here over the next 24 hours is going to form. That's what these TCFAs are saying. Basically anywhere in here, and right now it does look like likely to form. Actually, if we look at a GFS model here, and showing the morning of the 13th right in here, you have a very tight wrapped around core right around the center of New Caledonia here, where this center of circulation is, and these surface winds actually right up in here in the red showing about 40 up to 45 knots, so below cyclone strength, but definitely up near that tropical storm force strength winds right in here. And actually, as we look farther out into the future, to the evening of the 13th, you see that entire entire circulation start to wrap around here on this GFS model here, and all going to be happening very, very close to New Caledonia here. So definitely got to stay tuned to some of the French warning centers here on how that's going to be affected on this. But outside of that, though, actually, as you look at this model run right in here, you're probably noticing this right out here just off the Northwest Territory here, south of Indonesia, a very large circulation right in here, and that's actually our other Invest/TCFA that was warranted out by JTWC today. Here, it looks like it's going to travel towards the south as well here. Now, I think GFS is biting off on this a little too early, though. Very disorganized at this time. ASCAT imagery also shows a fairly good circulation around it, though, shown here. But from actually looking at this very closely, it does look clockwise, but it seems a little elongated here. We do miss this area right in here, actually waiting for the next pass to kind of get that information. But it seems a little bit elongated right in here. So at this time, that's one reason why it likely has not been issued any further, plus a lack of organized convection around it. But as you've seen on some of the models earlier, it definitely does have the potential to continue to develop, though, and over the next 24 to 48 hours could very well get very strong all the way up to a cyclone strength here. And actually, this is from the Bureau of Meteorology here, showing it moving off slowly towards the southeast here, basically towards the Northwest Territory here, Port Hedland, basically along the northern portion here. So definitely any of these cities here have to closely monitor the situation, because as we all know in the past, so these storms can really develop up pretty fast and just jog towards the southeast here. So something need to closely watch here. But that is all I got for today, everybody. As already noted, though, if you do live in some of those areas and you are watching this, definitely check with the Bureau of Meteorology or your local weather services out in New Caledonia, because this is really my area of expertise up here in the Western Pacific, and just basically side notes down there in Australia, but definitely do need to continue to watch those, and I will have another update tomorrow on it. So hope everybody has a great day. Stay safe out there. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as usual, you can post in the comment box towards the right, or email me here at westernpacificweather.com. So I hope everybody has a great day, and bye.